Hello, I'm Michael O'Hara. I'm a senior here at the Welch School of Computer Science and Engineering. And today we're actually going to take you through one of our computer science labs. And there are actually 10 here at West Campus and then another 2 on the East building. So this is the West building, and then there's 10 here, and then there's 2 in the East building. And they're all the same. So we're going to take you into one of the classrooms, and this actually has a lot of windows in it, so it's a very nice classroom, and see what they look like and what all the various parts are for it. So each classroom has its own name and plaque. There are these handy little scanning cards where we can actually use your student ID and tap to open the door when the school is after hours. So if you come in here after hours, then you should be able to get in the door. All of the classrooms have these awesome glass windows and doors so that there's transparency going in and out of the classroom. So in fact, all of them have the external windows are all glass as well, so there's nice shutters there. And then on the inside,
Okay. I'll hold the door.
let's come on in.
Can you turn on the light?
So we have these awesome little switches. There's actually one here and one in the corner where you can turn everything on, or you could turn only some of them on.
Let me
There's
pan
a
around
whole
them. Yeah.
there's a whole bunch of
Okay, Michael, wait a minute. Let me just pan around the room.
there's a whole bunch of awesome things. So actually,
Oh, wait.
when you come back,
Wait. Okay.
so we actually have each one of the rooms has its own thermostat where you can control the temperature. Right now it's down to the lowest setting to keep the room cool while it's not being used, but you can change the settings on each one of these, and it may take a little while because the building's so big, but it does end up changing the temperature. Each classroom has these awesome long continuous whiteboards which the professors can use during class. And in addition to those, we have these teaching podiums, which allows the teacher to access projectors and screens. So this is automated. It's a one-button press, which is awesome. It makes it really easy for the professors to use the projectors. Each one of these can be used by themselves or in tandem. So whichever one the professor prefers to use. And this is the teaching podium. So over here, you've got your controls. So I can actually control the drop-down screens. I could also control the lights here. And then this little panel right here allows me to control the shutters. So I could actually have different heights, so I could set it to middle, high, all the way up, all the way closed, whatever you want to do. However much light you want to have in the room. Bring it all the way up if you need to. And we also have the info text sheet, which basically is your manual to the room. So you can see what we have here. If you have any questions, like for example, oh my goodness, my computer fried or something, which doesn't happen, but if you have any technical questions, you have a direct line to the factory, which is right down the hallway, so they're easy to access. They could come in here and fix any of the problems that you have. And then of course there's the podium itself. The podium has lots of controls that make it really easy to access. So first of all, you've got your 2 screens. So when you're here as the professor, you have access to the chair, the keyboard, and 2 screens. These can be these are the 2 main screens, but you could actually extend these to the projectors, either at the same time or individually, whatever you want to do. And then of course we've got this controls. So if the professor wanted, they could actually bring their own laptop and connect it here We have all sorts of adapters for various computers, whichever ones you may need, and then a charging port for your computer. And so you can select, oh, I want to project from my laptop. I can do that. I can project from the computer. We have a Blu-ray player in-house, so it's actually down here, that allows you to play videos if you need to. There's a dot cam, which is, this is one of those nicer dot cams that allows you to zoom, focus, pan, change the brightness and the contrast and all that. So you could project from the dot cam, and then of course we have a camera, which is up there, and if we can actually control the camera from the podium. And it goes you can pan, you can zoom, you can tilt, and that some of these classrooms actually come with a follow the teacher feature, so to speak. And so it'll actually follow you during class. Now that's useful because in addition to having your microphone here, the podium allows you to do synchronous classes. So you can have, if you want, Teams, WebEx, Zoom, all of which can connect to anyone or all of these devices. They have a camera, speaker, microphone, and then a dot cam, all of which can get integrated to, Teams, WebEx, or Zoom, whatever you want to do it. Then they also have lecture capture applications, two lecture capture. Both of all that stuff's on this nice little plaque that's embedded into the desk, which makes it so that you don't lose it. I lost it, but that. And of course, there's the server. So this actually is what connects to
the Echo server.
Yeah, so that's down here. So this is what connects to the network of the school. So it's kind of the brains of the classroom. So yeah, so let's take a look over here. So these are one of the really cool features, one of the coolest features of these labs. They look like desks. You've got your own charging ports. You've got USB charging ports, your regular charging ports. There's one for each student. So you've got 2 students here. Oh, look, I could charge my computer, my laptop, my phone, whatever you want to do. I personally have done computer and tablet, whatever you want to do, right? But in the case that you don't have your laptop, we have these beautiful desktops, which just pop conveniently out of the desk and can be, customly placed. You can move it around. There's a privacy shutter on each one of these webcams, just in case you want to turn it off. There's actually a physical shutter, so it's not like all the electronics are there, right? But that's really handy. And then all of these are connected to a server. So, for example, I have a login information for Sacred Heart University, and I can log into my individual server, and it pulls up my information. So, saved work, I can use OneDrive if I want to, whatever you want to do, all on the computer, and it's all on your server. So these labs all come with some pretty awesome software installed on all of the computers. So for example, we've got Wireshark, we've got Visual Studio, we have the whole, and this is a very important part, we have the whole Adobe Studio, that's huge.
For the gaming.
And the gaming stuff. So there's the Unreal Engine. That's totally unreal. Oh, and by the way, this is touchscreen. So, for those who like, actually interacting with your screen, you actually can do touchscreen. We have the IBM suite. We also have, let's see, yeah, so IBM, SPSS and Python. We've got, let's see, the Oracle, so you could do your virtual machines on this if you want. for those who may want to run Linux or Ubuntu or servers. You can do putties, you can do Python, you can do Java. Yes, there's Java on this one as well. Unity player, there's Wireshark, which I may have mentioned already. And there's a whole bunch of stuff on here. So in addition to your standard Windows, so you have your Windows Office suite, which is very handy. And then you've got some miscellaneous small things, so like, VLC player, Audacity, lockdown browser, so that if you're doing tests in here, you can actually lock down the computer. Makes it very handy for tutors. And yeah, so that's in all of these, except for the last row, which we'll show you. So I'm gonna push this in here. And then
log out first.
you always wanna make sure you log out, because sometimes there will be people who, go in there and do something funny on your computer.
Yeah.
So, yeah, especially in computer science. I mean, you never know. They could put like a bug on your computer.
Okay.
So, so these are all the desks. All of these desks
10
have the same layout. So you've got computer, you've got outlets for those who want to use your laptops or tablets, what have you. All of these have that setting. The back row, though, doesn't have, all of them don't have computers. So the back row is mostly for people who want to use their laptops all the time. So if you don't care about the desktop, you've got plenty of space for that as well. So if we go over here, oh, and I also like to point out, so these are all integrated through the floor. There's no wires to trip on. There's no, there's no strips. There's like, everything goes into the ground. So the desks are all built into the ground. So, and then of course, every classroom comes with one of these. These are very, very important for anyone who may be using a wheelchair. So it's handicapped accessible. We've got plenty of space, so if you need to. Some of them might have them here, some of them have them over there, but they're very accessible for those who may need it. So, and it comes with the whole thing. So like this also comes with your computer. So the computers also pop out and you can move it around. Same thing as the rest of them. So, and then back over here, so once we come back over here, once you're done, if there's any emergencies, we always have your fire alarm, which is very loud, and speakers. So, if there is an emergency, you will hear it. There is no doubt that you will hear it. And then of course, one button off, which makes things nice. And that's your typical classroom.
Okay, thank you, Michael.